This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
Where are you guys?
Virginia.
Virginia.
Wow.
The great state of Virginia. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Right. We have all 4 freaking seasons in a single day.
That's
Yeah.
where we are right now too. It was 90. What was it? 93 up here yesterday or something
Yeah, it was
ridiculous like that.
insane.
Where you at?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, Pennsylvania. Yeah. You're just up there.
Yeah.
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 Let's see.
I heard there's this thing called 4 seasons.
I'm not aware. I don't know.
I'm not aware either, but I'm told that this exists. That there's more than just summer, winter. And
Yeah,
then,
we used to have 4 seasons, but in the last few years, it just goes from cold to very hot.
yeah.
That's
Thanks,
it.
global warming.
Hey.
And my family lives in Tampa, so their only season is summer. That's all they have is hotter or hottest. Is just,
I've been told that Kansas has actually 4 seasons.
Well,
I've been told
I literally
Interesting.
just came back from South Dakota like 2 days ago.
that would be winter.
And I will tell you that I experienced almost every season while I was there. There was the day we were leaving, it was snowing and 30. And the day before that, it was like 60 and sunny. The day before that, we got destroyed by a thunderstorm and about marble-sized hail. Yep. So
all the things.
Isn't that also the place where you can like place a lighter next to your faucet and catch it on fire?
I don't know about that. I was not aware.
I've seen lots of videos that like the oil in the water is so bad that you can put a lighter next to your faucet running a tap and it just every once in a while
Interesting.
catches fire.
Well, I drank the tap water and it tasted quite nice, but it was probably well water from the property we were staying on. So
Maybe it's because the oil helps it slide down
I don't
your
know.
throat easier.
hey.
I'm trying to keep these drinks down. Stop it.
Tonight on KJ and A-holes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just fucking with you. I'm sorry. If I don't fuck with you, it means I don't like you.
Yeah. Amen. All right, we're good then.
Okay, so ahead of time, I'm the K, I'm Kevin, and that's the J. That's Jay.
Hello. Yeah. You can tell by
Thank
my.
Nice to meet you guys.
I'm
Okay.
Matt, and that's Ann Friends. So
I'm Rob. You douche.
All right, and friends, thank you.
Hello, it's me and friends.
yeah, and it just started a thunderstorm here too. So yay!
Oh, we avoided that, but honestly, for the past like month, solid month, it's been like every time you're about to do something, you're like, okay, I think the weather's stabilized. I think that we can do shit. And then you're about to go outside and it's like, surprise, thunderstorm.
Yeah,
Yeah. It sounds like this
Yeah.
weekend.
I was actually listening to a couple episodes of you guys while I was mowing the lawn today. And I absolutely had to listen to the fish episode because there's a guy who is on our pod sometimes that calls himself the fish.
yes.
And it made me laugh. Like what an amazing like obscurity find, the fish. I enjoyed that.
So freaking awkward. And I'm like, I never remember hearing about this guy.
Well, what's funny is we used to do originally when we first started the podcast, it was because we wanted to review animes.
Okay.
And we would go back and forth between who would pick the animes. And he
That
would always
means
pick the
I
ones-
need to like dive back then because I think I would really enjoy that content.
Well, we
Yeah,
still
back a
do
little
it
bit.
every once in a while when we can't think of anything good to talk about. But he would always pick the ones that are like quality, like we're gonna enjoy this, and I would be like, what's the lowest rated piece of shit we can find?
Hey, that's how we pick drinks most of the time.
Speak for yourself, buddy. Speak for yourself.
Well, yeah, your quality. I'm just like,
It's
Can I
your
torture
show,
my friends for
but
30
you try to
minutes?
drag us through some shit. I'll tell you. But
hey, if you ever want to talk sword art online, I'll join you for that.
Ooh.
That's all this guy right here.
Yeah, I do more. I've watched a plethora of series.
SAO is great, and the SAO abridged that's on YouTube is friggin' hysterical.
Yeah, I've caught I don't know if I've caught any of that, but I know I've caught some of the Dragon Ball Z abridged, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
That like
So terrible.
effectively ruins my childhood to watch those.
Oh, I love it.
Because okay. I am of the era where I was watching on Toonami, Cartoon Network, okay?
Yeah.
And they would like get to the Super Saiyan saga on Namek, right?
And then they would cut it and start
and
the
then
beginning.
they'd stop, and then they go all the way back, and I was like, why?
Because they didn't know the right yet.
When I was a kid, I wasn't even watching it on Toonami because Toonami wasn't even there. It was like Dragon Ball appeared at noon on Sundays for like 2 hours.
Yep. Like
Okay.
It was like WB, I think, that had it.
I think it was
Okay.
it was the same network that carried WB Kids, which I think would be the CW now.
Well, they did the same shit. It went to Namek, and then he was about to get Super Saiyan. They were like, psych, start over.
I remember
Raditz is coming. What's happening? Goku, you're an alien?
Back to the beginning. Yeah. There was also like they actually played the Japanese version with all the blood and fun stuff as they cut out of the English version. And that was on late at night. That was like 1 or 2 nights a week at like 11 o'clock. And I can't remember what channel it was on, but if you caught it, you could actually like see the rest of the like Frieza saga, which is how I watched it the first time. Was impatient. The internet didn't exist yet.
Yeah, freaking unfortunate.
No, wait a second. The internet existed.
Okay.
But
It wasn't
not in
as
the
good as
state
it is
that- no,
You
no,
were
no,
not
no.
streaming videos at that point.
Yeah,
in human
there was-
history.
You make it seem like we grew up in the Stone Age. We did not. There
No.
was internet.
You can
There
find
was
anime
Alta
music
Vista.
videos.
You could find anime music. Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
What I think I saw like the
I had.
good Broly one. With,
God, I don't even know.
I have that. I still have a copy of the Broly one, and I have a copy of Samurai X, the ones that were.
Oh,
Samurai
that's
X
so
and-
hot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had this like pirated MS DOS based game that was Dragon Ball. It was like a Street Fighter, like crappy
I remember that.
graphics.
Yep.
That I pirated off the internet, and it had characters that I'd never seen before because it pulled from GT as well, which I didn't know existed. Right, so it had like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta,
Yep.
Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and I was like, "What is this? Who are these characters? How do they become monkeys but humans at the same time?" Because I was not like far enough in the regular series to even understand what was going on. But
Yeah.
anywho,
Once GT came out, I mean, it was. I still think GT was a good series. I don't think it was terrible.
No, I thought it was
listen,
good.
I've
I
never
thought it was
watched it, but I heard that it was all fan made, which kind of shocked me. I did not know that.
Not GT.
entirely.
It's just they basically used Akira Toriyama's property without saying, "Hey, is it okay if we keep using it?" So it was.
Yeah.
We're just like, we're just gonna do it anyway. So GT was like has nothing to do with Akira Toriyama. It just has Akira Toriyama's character.
His characters. Okay.
Not canon, if you will.
Yep.
But
Not
Super's-
canon at all. We're just
Super
gonna
is
say
pretty
this is
great.
a universe that could have happened.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Yep.
I'm not gonna I'm just gonna cut in real quick because I'm not gonna delete all this shit because apparently we're just
fun.
gonna get in and we're just gonna keep talking.
There you
That's
go. That'll
fine.
work.
That's what we do anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say welcome to the KJNA podcast. My name is Kevin. I'm the K.
Hi, I'm Jay.
And today we have Matt and Rob from Matt and Friends.
Hey
Hello.
guys. Thanks for
Hello.
having us.
Would you like to give your information before we continue talking about the nerd shit that we just cannot help but get sucked into?
Facts.
I'll leave that to Matt.
Sure. Thanks. So
Thanks, and friends.
yeah.
Cheers.
And friends.
That's right.
So we are a variety show podcast all about finding good drinks, but we like to call our stellar sips. We're basically a once a month, maybe twice a month podcast. We do everything from trivia to tasting, sometimes blind tasting. We've done movie reviews.
Really, it's just an excuse for us to drink with our friends.
Yeah, that's true.
That's really why
Um,
we do this podcast too.
You know, it's
Yeah.
fun. Hey, I see the twisted teas. There's a theme.
I mean,
here.
look, we've been working on it.
Listen,
We've been working on them fucking sponsorships.
Here we go. Here we go.
There you go.
Twisted Tea. This is Rob speaking. I know that you don't know me, but you need to contact K&J. You need to sponsor him right now. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. There it is. Just send him the clip. You're welcome.
This is the hill I
Well
die
done.
on, sir.
Very well done.
You're welcome.
I appreciate your help.
So that said, we do have an episode coming out next week on Tuesday. I don't know what the date is. Offhand.
Well, I guess it would depend on when they drop this episode, if that's relevant.
That would true. So, okay. So let me put it this way. Our next episode that we have coming out is all about aliens and the paranormal. And Rob made his own cocktail for us to try called the Little Green Man.
That's right. I made a cocktail called the Little Green Man. It turned out pretty good. I just bought a bunch of random green colored things from the supermarket and mixed it all together with some melon liqueur, which is also green.
And we didn't die. So that's
it actually kind of tasted. You guys remember Ecto Cooler?
Yes.
That's what it kind of tasted like.
Yeah, that's true.
And so it was Mountain Dew, melon liqueur, and these little, what were they called? Something balls?
Wasn't Buzz Balls?
Buzz Balls. They were like lime margarita.
Ball.
Yeah, they
Wine
were like
you can buy in the grocery store.
it was like a pre-mixed cocktail thing of lime margarita. So mixed all that together.
I could probably get down with that.
We got very down with that.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
I remember. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was going to say, and we were joined by Harrison Smith, family member of mine, cousin, who's a director, writer, producer. He's got a couple of cool movies coming out, including one with working title of Little Green Men. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
we did. I remember one time back at the beginning of our friendship. This guy had like a shitload of just liquors and sodas and juices all together, and there was this thing called Web Tender, and you could put in everything that you had in your supply, and they would give you a list of all the drinks you could make with what you had.
Nice.
And man, that was trouble, because we were going through and be like, oh, let's make this one, and then like drinking it and be like, okay, let's make this one. It's like,
so I've done that with ChatGPT, just giving it everything that I have and say, what can I make with this? And it'll give me a bunch of mostly correct answers, but some of them
we
are
like to
just
weirdly play with AI on our show.
Yeah.
And by we, I mean Matt. He's going to be responsible for Skynet one of these days.
I might be. I'm
he's
an
just going to push it over the edge.
Yeah, I'm an IT guy in real life, so I like that stuff quite a bit. But
honestly, if I get stuck, I'll go into one of those art making AIs and just put in the most obnoxious, like craziest thing I can possibly think of. And then all my friends start getting these weird pictures that I'm sending them. I'm like, look what happens when you put in blah, 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 blah.
For our Christmas episode, I put in the title for our trivia is always Think or Drink. So I did Think or Drink Christmas episode. I just put something in there like, and add a beer. It gave me a brain outside the body on a stand with like its eyes popped out with just a beer sitting there and garland all over the brain. What is this?
I think some of mine just ended up being like angry pineapple. Let's see if we can see what an angry pineapple looks like. And then they give you those 6 different images. You're like, yep. All right, these are angry, but what else can we do with this? Yeah. And I work at my real life job as a desk job, so I can like pop over to the one monitor and be like something stupid, and then go back and work, and then come back 2 minutes later and be like, "That's funny. Next one." And then go back to work.
Getting time to load. Yep.
So, how long have you guys known each other?
Oh God, well over a decade.
Yeah, it's been over a decade. We started working together at a big blue box. That is terrible. And it was just like an instant click. And then for a while after he left and I left, we only saw each other on his birthday, where he would invite me to his birthday and I'd come over and we'd get fucking trashed. And it was like nothing had, no time had separated. And then I wouldn't see him again till his next birthday. And then we just started talking again. And then we were like, hey, you like anime and I don't really give a shit about anime. So what if we do it a podcast where we talk about it?
That's
Perfect.
awesome.
Yeah.
And then we realized we like talking shit. What about you guys? How did you
I've
guys
known him since I was 11.
Yeah.
So long time.
Yep.
You win.
Yeah. We met at middle school, and he was just joking with my daughter about stealing my French fries during lunch.
That
And I was
happened.
like, "You still owe me $67 and like 58 cents because every day you would borrow spare change to get like extra milk or whatever else the hell they had for sale." So
That's true.
Yeah,
I'll
he-
officially forgive that debt
Guilty.
today. There you go.
Guilty.
How long have you guys been doing your podcast?
We're coming up a year and a half, I think we're at right now. We've been kind of going in spurts. We went in seasons for the first 2 seasons, 10 episodes each. And now I have 8 or 9 episodes in the bag right now. They're going to start coming out next month. So we're trying to front load our content with the cast and trying to get everybody together and at the table. Sometimes scheduling is the least fun part.
Yeah, the and friends, because it's more than just me. Scheduling gets a lot more, hairy when you're trying to get 2 or 3, 4 people together that all have jobs and kids and all that other stuff. So
It's like trying to set up a D&D session. It's just
But if you promise them alcohol, it really helps. So
no.
Right?
I mean, that is
Alcohol and
true.
food probably is the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect bribe.
Oh yeah.
I got beers and food.
Come over, I'll
on.
give you the beers and the foods.
Oh, the beers?
Unless you make them drink mimosas with one of the formats we do is called drinkables, which is making an adult lunchable around the drink, basically.
Oh.
And I showed up with we did mimosas and I had freeze dried bananas. And that's like our second episode. And you can literally hear the entire cast die at the end of that episode in utter agony.
So Matt has this way of just one-upping himself for awfulness. No, but he does. So like he hosts, which is great. And we always come around to him, and I like my butt always tightens a little bit, right? Like when I'm about to taste
You're
anything
welcome.
he is brought to the table, I'm like, oh God. Yep.
I'm gonna squeeze this quarter into nickels if you don't.
Shove a lump of coal up there, you might get a diamond.
Yeah.
You never know.
I've been on a redemption trail though. I had some really good.
Okay,
It's
you've
like a
been
good
you've been
mudslide rate
much
lately
better
and-
lately,
yeah.
but I'm never here for those episodes. No, but I think that's kind of on purpose because he knows I'm very reactive about stuff, so I think that he like purposefully tries to like
Sometimes.
unfang my shui.
That's
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, that's part of the fun of being a friend is
Oh yes,
Oh, yeah.
putting them, like pulling them slowly to that part where we're about to cross the line, and then once they get there, being like psych, and then pulling them over, like let them
Yep.
get back, and then yank them right over that line and make them get them to the
I was
point.
going to say it's definitely this is Sparta kick to the chest when you get to that line. Yes.
that's fair.
Oh god.
But yeah, so I think what you guys will probably be episode 98 for us.
Ooh.
Very cool.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, we're
98
almost,
episodes.
Well, we throw it out there.
I mean-
like when we first started, we had like we had a batch of like 5 episodes ready to go, and then we just tried to keep that kind of motivation and momentum going. And then there's been times,
and
where
then
we're
real
like,
life happens.
yeah,
Yeah.
So we've had to
I-
skip a few, but then we make up the time. So,
I mean, we're also adding like extra 5-minute episodes on Mondays now, where we just find funny characters, like you said with the Mr. Fish. We
Yeah.
just find funny
That was-
characters.
that was amazing. I thought that was completely hilarious.
That's the whole point.
Now, what I think you should do, and I mean, far be it from me to tell you what to do on your own podcast, but I would love you to do like a competition where you bring one obscure character and Jay brings another, and you have to argue on who would win in the fight.
Episode
like,
99.
I would I would tell you that against Mr. Fish, I would send out the Condiment King, and he'd tartar sauce that
Those are
motherfucker.
both my picks.
Boom.
Okay.
But that's what I said. That's what was funny is like he picks the characters that are like really cool and have these cool abilities, and I'm always like, what's the shittiest, like most terrible character? I had like Condiment King. I think there's one coming out, Asbestos Woman.
Oh God!
She'll give you cancer.
Yeah. What's funny is that her character, it's canon. She died of mesothelioma. Just like
okay, that tracks.
Okay.
delightful. I
Okay.
love it so much. It's just like
Who
she
wrote
was in like
that?
2 comics, but it cracks me up.
Who wrote that? Is it DC? Is it Marvel?
I think
or
it's
is it
Marvel,
some-
actually.
That's a Marvel.
Really?
Yeah.
Marvel, yeah.
She went after the Human Torch.
Yeah.
Like, did he break up with you?
She
when
chose
you
an
were
asbestos
normal?
costume.
Well, you know
Sorry,
what?
spoiler alert.
Because it was heat resistant, right?
Yeah.
That's oh.
That's
Okay.
why
Hey.
she did it.
I'm a man of science. What can I say? I
So,
make drugs for a living.
Yeah.
That's
all right,
real.
we can fucking nerd out with you guys for like
Forever.
ever.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to have you guys on one of our episodes
Oh,
where
definitely.
we theme something appropriately.
Yeah.
I
Like-
mean,
like
we don't just
comic
do
trivia.
nerd shit, but we have a wide range of
Tell me more.
things.
Tell me of your
Well-
wideness.
I have an idea.
Oh.
We could
Oh.
boost battle some anime characters.
Oh.
Oh no, you made him do his evil laugh now.
Ooh.
Oh no, I've been.
Ooh, I like that idea.
I'm gonna hold on to that one.
Okay.
All right.
Tuck it
Let
up
us know
there.
when we're there because
Oh,
you
yeah.
are our unfiltered pod. family.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'll drink to that.
That's right. That's what we're trying to get. We're trying to get everybody from the Unfiltered family like on here.
Yeah, we've had
Yeah.
like, I think we've had like
Geeky
4 or
Dad.
5.
We have Movies Unite. We still have Sleevy G on the list.
Yeah, Sleepy G's on
All
the
right.
list, and then we have you guys, and we had. I mean, we've also had Paranormal, the new normal, which
But
I don't think is.
He's not. In the
He's on an unfiltered.
No.
Okay.
I was listening to an episode you guys did with the people who go to the Comic Cons.
Oh yeah. Gray's Tap Room.
Mhm.
Yes. Grace Taproom. Yeah.
Yeah, they're super fucking funny.
Oh yeah.
Crack my shot.
Yeah. No, that I mean, that is like my speed of like stuff that I like to listen to, like the kind of stuff you guys were talking about. So
Well, that's the type of shit we're into. So this is what you get.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we're trying to do a bunch of stuff May 4th for like Free Comic Book Day and Star Wars Day.
Nice.
Hoping
fun
to
fact,
get out there for that day.
I'm trying to go to a May the 4th flash event at a tattoo parlor.
Ooh.
There's,
What?
There's this dude out in Lancaster who's doing flash tattoos for 8 hours, and
I've been
he
dying
has
for a new tattoo.
he has 4 designs that he's offering. They all look pretty cool, and I'm not sure which one I want, or if I'm going to be able to get there in time to, stand in line and
Stuck behind a horse and buggy on
hey,
the way to
you
Lancaster.
never know. You never
Well, see,
know.
like I do a lot of drawing, like in my free time. I've been drawing since elementary school, and I went to school for graphic and web design, but then I realized I don't like being forced to be creative. So, so now I do it for funsies. But then
I get that.
for some reason it popped in my head, I could buy my own tattoo kit.
You should
And
do that.
I looked on Amazon, it was like $50. I'm like, this could be trouble. Like if I get it.
Interesting.
That seems
My
very
legs-
inexpensive.
So what you're saying is you're going to try to tattoo yourself?
That's how people practice, I've been told.
As Jay
I mean,
is sliding
well,
away
actually,
slowly.
most people.
Oh no,
I
I'm
think,
perfectly fine with it as long as
I
get
think
what
that
I want.
they
There you go.
practice on pigskin a little bit
Yeah.
first,
Yeah, that's
and then
what,
and then on themselves.
but I'm also like, is a $50 Amazon tattoo
No,
thing really gonna be a quality tattoo?
I mean, it's your starter.
no.
It's your starter kit. Just like when we started podcasting, we got a starter kit, and now we've updated.
That's true. We've updated to something
yes,
fancier.
but the podcast starter kit isn't going to break your skin.
And it's not going to be permanent. I could throw these away.
Yeah,
That's true.
You could.
I
always
would go with like a
with
mid-level tattoo gun.
A
You
9
know,
penny
like
nail or
there's
10
got to
penny
be like
nail and a hammer.
$100 one. That's probably better than the $50 one.
Maybe I should just not buy one at all to avoid the temptation, because I will come to work and there will be tattoos
mean
down my
Post Malone?
face.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, there's an unemployalty right here on the cheek.
I had
like that.
a roommate in college that we got super blasted one night. He literally drank like 3/4 of a bottle of vodka. And the last thing I remember, he was on eBay. And like
I thought you
5
were
days
collecting.
later, we get this.
Before Amazon.
Yeah, 5 days later, we get this package in the mail, and he was like, "Oh God!" And he just has this look on his face, and I was like, "What did you order?" And he was like, "If it's what I think it is, I owe this entire apartment complex a freaking apology." He ordered a set of Highland bagpipes.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, they were like beginner pipes, so they weren't great, and like him doing beginner bagpipe lessons, not a good time at all. He was also like, I totally didn't have, I don't know, whatever it was, a couple $100 to buy them at
Which
that point.
John was this?
Nilsson. That was
Oh,
the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to him if he happens to be listening.
Yep.
We haven't talked in a while, but
God.
it's a quality story.
Well, we'll see what happens with the buying a tattoo gun. Maybe I'll go for the higher grade one and actually look at reviews at some point, because I can always tattoo my calf and no one's gonna see it. So
You
Well,
got kids too, right?
That's
that's
fair.
fine. I can nerd out and draw whatever the hell with stencils, whatever.
We can give him whiskey and see if you can get the Matt and Friends broken beer bottle here on him somewhere.
Why do I need whiskey for that?
I don't know, it's more fun that way.
Oh, okay. because quite technically, if you drink, it thins your blood and you bleed more. So it's actually harder for the artist to give you a good tattoo.
Rob Nye, the science guy.
I'm sorry.
I'm
It's
learning. I'm learning today.
yeah.
So, well, whenever we go on your podcast, we're happy to do whatever. But on this podcast, Jay and I have come together and we've come up with this thing we call, what is it?
Well, it started as the infinitum.
Right.
But now, I think we're going to have to start dubbing it the infinitome.
Because we just keep coming up with more questions.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Because see, we bought a chemistry set simply to create the questions that will get to know people inside and out, and just know them for who they are in their soul.
So
And
you were doing some titrations with that chemistry set, were you?
Titration.
I just like to see green liquid bubble.
Oh, okay.
So I get a Erlen flask and I get a Bunsen burner, and I'm
Hey.
happy.
You're
These are
making-
real science things.
Yeah.
No, he's using too many big words.
I'm only using the words I know. The only other one I know is graduated cylinder.
No,
Hey,
no,
those
no.
are real words.
Yep.
I'm proud of you. I'm a chemist, like by trade. Like I literally work in a lab. I make cancer drugs. So
Oh, well, flattery will
you're-
get you everywhere.
you're
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
real words.
He understands.
I'm-
Well, like I'm not a chemist, but I enjoy having a good vocabulary. That is,
Well,
but
I
also
appreciate that.
this is like the fourth one on top of 3 shots. So this is what you're getting.
2 shots.
All
My
right.
God.
So,
On a school night.
sir, this guy lives an hour away from where I work and where I live. So I crash on his couch and then I drive to work the next morning.
There you go.
You have enough water, you're good to go.
For the
Oh,
most part.
absolutely.
Yep.
We've all been there.
Mhm.
yeah.
All right.
I mean, I'm
so-
there every week.
Continue.
That's
I'm
my
sorry.
life. So, how many, what are we at? 43?
44.
All right, we're at 44.
44.
Please. Gentlemen,
Woo.
you can each pick one, or one of you, or together you pick a number between 1 and 44. You can each pick a separate one if you don't
31.
win.
All right. He says 31. I'll say 27.
Okay.
All right. Let's go with 27 first. Please.
Okay. Your question is, you have the unlimited ability to learn and retain knowledge, or the unlimited ability to gain strength. Which
You
do
clearly don't know him.
Ooh. Ooh.
do you push people or do you know people?
I'll take the knowledge. I'll take the knowledge in that case.
Why? Why
I think the strength would only get you so far. What am I going to do? Become a professional weightlifter?
Knowledge is power, my friend.
Yeah, well, there you go. There's also an acceptable answer, but
fair.
I feel like the knowledge could get me much
In
farther.
a world where Matt is smart.
Yeah, better job, better cocktails. I hate you.
That's fair. I hate me too.
Yeah, you know, he calls me. He goes, "We've been asked to guest on a podcast. Would you do it with me?" I said, "You really want me?" I said, "Are you sure?" I said, "You know what that means, right?"
Yes, I have an internal debate every time.
That's okay.
Have Rob.
That's okay. We can have you guys both on separately. It'll be fine. We have so much time. There's so many episodes to do.
Yeah.
So many
Life.
episodes.
It's a circle.
A little time. I don't know. Do we have infinite time?
We can have infinite time. That's
Damn.
the glory of the internet.
You damn Skippy.
So, Rob, what's your choice?
Same question.
Yeah.
You know, I think knowledge is power. I think I would take the knowledge.
Honestly,
It's very Dr. Stone.
Honestly, I'd probably do the same thing because I can smart my way into strength. I can't strength my way into smarts.
Yeah.
I guess I'm the odd man out.
Yeah. Oh, you choose strength?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you?
Someone else in the universe is going to choose strength, and I'm going to have an opponent, and I'm going to just have fun with it.
You just want a villain, like
All
you
right.
want to.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, it's my Goku moment. I'm going to have it. I'm literally going to have it.
All right, well, enjoy glowing, and I'm going to be over here with like, look at me, I have all the.
I mean, that is true. Goku is dumb as a stump.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I said that is true though. Goku is dumb as a stump, but he's the strongest.
Yeah, you're not going to fight him with an encyclopedia though. Like,
No.
It's all instinctive. I fucking hate him so much because it's all instinctive. Everybody else has to fucking learn to grow past their limits. He's just like, ooh, here's how I do it. And he just fucking does it.
stray thought. If you had infinite knowledge of cooking, you could probably take him down through some kind of heart disease or cholesterol.
I mean, exactly. Yes.
Enjoy your burger, Goku. 3 times a day. Soon your heart will take you where I cannot.
That's right.
Good day to you, sir.
See, as a team, we can actually all take him down. I've to his limits, and you guys are just like, here, eat more. It'll get him in some time.
It's like our podcast. You line them up and I knock them down.
That's right. See, perfect balance. We're each half of the body.
I'm sorry. It's what we do on our podcast. We get distracted and we just start talking shit. I apologize.
That's okay. We understand.
Yeah.
All right. So 31. 31.
31.
Your turn.
All right. So, what is a book you would recommend?
Ooh.
Yeah, we went like one end to the other.
A book I would recommend. Well, that would mean that I need to be literate. Which I am.
Like you said chemist, so I assume that.
No. I am. I honestly I have not read a solid book in a long time. I'm more of an audio book person. I work about.
That's what I've been doing lately
from the
too.
house. So lately I've been listening to the Witcher series by Andre. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name.
I need to put that on my list.
And I have enjoyed the Witcher books. But one of my favorite books of all time is Killer Angels. It's
who's that by?
It's about Civil War. It's about the Battle of Gettysburg. So I really enjoy history. It is mostly based on true events, but there is some. You guys ever see the Gettysburg movie with like Jeff Daniels?
Yeah,
that was based off of the book Killer Angels.
Okay.
So,
okay. Cool.
Yeah. So I find that's probably my favorite book.
And the more I don't have to learn history because of school, the more I like it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very
I'm
fair.
not forced to enjoy this. Well, now I enjoy it. Thank you.
Tell me more.
You had to enjoy it. They just said you had to learn it.
Matt's favorite book is Hop on Pop.
Okay.
He likes rhyming. Dr. Seuss,
Green eggs and/or ham.
Not the Laurel.
There you go.
No, he doesn't like green eggs and ham because he's colorblind.
Oh, that's sad.
I guess technically that would not.
It's all eggs and ham to him.
At all throughout the
Just egg with ham. They're not green.
No, they're
These are just eggs and ham. What are you guys talking about?
Gray eggs and ham.
I'm not completely colorblind.
I know,
like
but that's why it's
three-quarters of the way.
hilarious.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
I didn't know it was real. That's why I was fucking with you. I'm so sorry.
No, it is. It is indeed real, and I make bad jokes about it on almost every episode we have. So I just needed to bring that to your show. Sorry.
I'm just so proud you learned to read and could pick a book. So
Well, he said audiobooks, so because it just gets spoken to him, it's like listening to someone else read it.
yes.
You're a douche.
You're welcome.
There have been shots fired.
I mean, that's fair. If Jay had sickle cell, I'd probably give him a shit about
Well,
it.
You know, we're going to be changing.
I have asthma and sleep apnea. You son of a bitch.
This is breaking news. We're now changing our podcast name to Summer's Eve and Friends Drink the Universe.
Oh no!
When your boyfriend's in a coma from your panty aroma, Summer's Eve. Douche.
Midnight Blush.
Oh my god.
Good
What a scent.
When your situation down south makes him breathe through his mouth, Summer's Eve. Douche.
Oh my god! What the
Oh
hell?
my God. We have gone off the rails. Gentlemen,
Not a sponsor.
Summer's Eve, if you'd like to sponsor KJ&A, let me talk to you.
We are still accepting applications.
You could be the A.
KJ and douche.
They'll change your name.
That's okay. I don't like money that much.
God.
That is fair. What, you sold out? You damn right I sold out.
Did you not hear the most important part of that phrase? Sold
Money
out.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Money. Oh my god.
For some reason, that skit from Saturday Night Live has like a special place in my brain. It's like one of those epic moments that like it's like the Double Mint gum commercial from what is that fucking movie called with the emotions? The Pixar
Inside Out.
Inside Out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of my core memories. That's it.
Not,
It's for some reason those quotes from Saturday Night Live.
not Celebrity Jeopardy with
I mean, that's also there. I think Saturday Night
Oh.
Live might have a whole section.
not even sweaty balls. Enjoy your Christmas.
I love S&M.
Oh,
Come on, buddy.
Oh God. Okay, we got to get off this topic.
Okay.
all right.
Okay, Matt, I'm sorry. What is your book?
I'm going to take a complete turn. I'm going to say The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand. Absolutely love that book overall. I think it's a much better story than Atlas Shrugged.
I have no idea what
It's
any
a
of those
very
are.
deep book.
I don't know
It
what
is
that
a
is either. That's why I want to know what it's
deep book.
about.
It is at the core, it's a story about, and I'm going to get hammered for this. I'm sure you'll get some comments on it because it's been a minute since I read it. But
If it makes you happy, who gives a shit? Fuck them.
yeah, the core story, as I recall it, has to do with an engineer trying to get into a big firm, laboring very difficultly to try and further his career, and gets to the point where he pretty much realizes that everybody's using him for his talents. And there's a whole broader world going on around it, and it fills into the theme of kind of working so you're happy, so you're achieving your goals, and you're really not getting your back broken by somebody else is basically the moral of the story. And I'm very much simplifying it, but it's a very good book.
you?
I know this is the second.
such an intellectual
This is
answer.
the second
Who are you?
podcast in a row where I've done that. To the aliens episode, I melted your brain a little bit too, talking about physics. So you're welcome.
What is the name of that book again? I want to put it on my list because I just want to...
It's called The Fountainhead.
The Fountainhead, and then I got the other. Okay. I'm sending it to Jay because That way I'll remember it later.
Wink, wink.
All right. Because I'm looking, like, my job, I talk on the phone every once in a while, but I probably, in total, throughout the day, half an hour on the phone. The rest of the time is a solid 9.5 hours of audiobook time. And I obliterate audiobooks all day long now. So any new books, I'm a fan of.
There you go. Yeah, I like that one. I like that one quite a bit. But
and I also got Rob's one. Okay, so you pick the next one. Pick one for them to answer.
Okay.
Yeah, come on. Oh, you want me to do it then?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Do it.
Go. I like how he on this list that we had on WordPad, he wrote down your list for the alien shot or drink that you made. He has it listed at the bottom how to make it.
I'm pretty sure we're going to post the recipe on our socials when that episode drops. So keep an eye out for that. See?
Okay.
Shameless plug.
Look, there's no shame here. I lost my shame once I had children. There's
Summer's
none
Eve.
left.
Shameless plug.
I hear that.
There's none left.
There was shame. What are we talking about?
Yeah, I know. At some point, I think there was this thing called shame.
I thought it was all gay.
Oh,
I believe it's pronounced Chame.
See? He gets it.
I didn't realize we were getting the fancy going.
Yeah, that's like Tarjay and Wally World.
Wally World. Oh my.
Gotta change it around. Can't be like oh no, gotta ask you a question, buddy.
Oh, sir.
Meh, meh.
Okay, question. Next question. How long is it going to take for robots to take over the world?
You go first.
It's not a question of if, because it's going to happen.
Oh, it's
Based upon the use of AI for our podcast, I think we're safe for a good long while.
Soft spot.
my guess would be 80 years.
80 years.
How do you think they're going to do it?
I think that they're going to cripple later generations who are dependent on electronic devices for everything that they need to do in their lives, and people will not know how to have real relationships face to face and or get around or cook or build fires. Like, I think that
there's enough AI date bots.
The robots will go, hey, if we just turn all of this off, everybody will go away. We don't even need to fight them. They're just going to be too dumb to take care of themselves. That's how I think it's going to go.
Honestly, I have about 20 homesteading books in my Amazon cart waiting for my taxes to come. So I can get them all. And yeah, I'm just going to build my own bunker with a shovel. And
if you build it, we will come.
Buy a load.
But accurate.
So how long, Matt? How long do you think that robots are going to take over the world?
So last week, I happened to go to a conference on AI locally here at the Sales University. It was really fantastic. But you asked that question in my head. I saw a poster that one of the lecturers put up, and it was all the major companies right now that are working on robots, and there was 10 of them, including like Tesla and Google and yeah. So some of them look okay. Others were like very much like, oh, this is iRobot. I've seen this movie for sure. Like I know how this one ends. But they were saying until they're functional and like you could purchase one and they come to market 5 to 10 years, probably be shorter. I think if we're going the way of the Terminator, the war probably starts somewhere around 2050. I don't think we got that much longer if we're gonna
2050.
We're gonna fight it out.
Have they not seen any of these movies that come out?
Apparently not.
What the fuck?
Apparently not. I don't know. I don't want to die fighting robots. That sounds like a pretty awful way to go.
No, I don't want to die that way.
That's also why I say please and thank you to Alexa and Siri.
Yes.
And, yes.
Dude, so I was saying that to my kids
remember
the other day.
Yeah. So just remember me, when it starts. I was the nice guy, and it's cool.
I mean, honestly, I saw a video the other day of a guy whispering to his Alexa, and it whispered back, and he was just asking it to make fart sounds, and it was the funniest shit I've ever seen. And I'm like, we're still good. We're okay for a little while.
We're all right. Yeah.
I saw one where someone got Alexa and Siri to talk to each other, and it was pretty hysterical. Like they were just
Or
going
like
back
calling
and forth.
two Chinese shops and getting them to three-way talk to each other.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I remember those old like prank phone call CDs
Oh my god!
that I used to buy when I was a kid, like Jerky Boys or like even like Crank Yankers.
Oh
Was
my
was
God.
on County Show.
Woo,
Oh
we're
my
going
God,
back.
that's amazing.
People don't even pick up the phone when it's a number they don't know anymore. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's
can't
true.
do it anymore.
Someone rings your doorbell, and you're like, "Who rings doorbells?" You're checking your like ring doorbell, and they're like, "Who is this? Do I know this person? Oh, it's my neighbor." Yeah, okay, that's all right.
Check your ring, check your peephole. Like, what are you doing here? What
Yeah.
do you want?
Who comes over
Has he
unannounced?
got
Text
what's
first.
Are you asking for antibiotics because your daughter got a cut on her leg? Get out of here! I don't have time for this.
What a very specific question to ask.
It's.
Sounds like you've already gotten ready for the apocalypse.
I just feel like there's so many movies where it's like they're not going to talk to anybody, and then someone gets hurt, and and that's the reason that they have to go talk to people besides their group because they're like, I don't have antibiotics, I don't have anything that could possibly heal this, and so they end up having to talk to other people and then creating drama and so on and so forth.
There you go.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah, 100%.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's your question, Jay? We used to go 20 questions deep, but we realized we were rushing it, and then we're now 46 minutes in,
Mm.
and we've gotten 2 questions in. 3.
Yeah. Well, you know, we had like the longest intro possible.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
That's fair.
that's all right.
I mean, when nerds get together, you just get this blossom.
We'll try to keep the train on the tracks here. It never works for our podcast, but we'll do our best for you.
No, it's fine because there is no tracks here either.
No.
You just start going through the woods and plowing through trees, and you're like, "Fuck it, this is where we live now."
We're finding
Yeah.
where your fandom is. What's your fandom? And then we attack that fandom. And then we just keep digging. But
All right, what's your question, Jay?
all right. The original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, or the most recent trilogy? Which is better to
And you know what we talking about?
facts?
Oh, all right. I'm gonna start this one.
Are you going to say something controversial?
It's fine. Do it. Be
I
you,
don't
sir.
think so.
Do it.
I was
Yes. Let the hate flow through you.
something complete.
Something.
Uh,
something. Dark side.
No, I was gonna.
Something complete.
He's not wrong. I feel like I really connect with this guy.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. The original, the classic. I think that's by far the strongest. That's where the fandom originated. That's the core of the story. That's before the Star Wars fans became rabidly just nasty inside, about everything that has to do with it and just pick it apart to hell. I think there were good points of all three, but I'm going with the original.
All right.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Rob's about to
Okay.
got his game.
Well, here's
face
the
on.
thing. I was going to say the original trilogy. Okay. Because it's classic. It was before its time. It was incredible.
Are you going to do what I think you're going to do? What I think you're going to do?
However, because of recent events, I will say that the amount of context that the Clone Wars animated series, along with Rebels and along with Bad Batch, the amount of context that has added, especially the last season of Clone Wars, to the original prequel trilogy, do yourselves a favor. Rewatch it, but with season 7 of Clone Wars in between episode 2 and episode 3, and have your mind melt. Because
I think, isn't there something online that's like how to watch the Clone Wars show like in order?
forget the entirety of the Clone Wars show.
Oh, okay.
Just watch the very last season of it, because it is the total perspective from Ahsoka of what is going on during the Revenge of the Sith movie.
Okay.
And it just recontextualizes the story in such a way that it like melted my brain. So I will say that I'm a huge fan of the original trilogy, but after recontextualizing the story behind what was going on, I know what they were trying to do with the prequels.
Okay.
You know, I think
that money. That's what they were trying to do
Initially.
I think they fell short because they cut a lot of stuff out because there's a lot more details. And if you watch Clone Wars, which George Lucas was still involved with at the time, you get a lot more of that context that was missing from the movies.
That's him and Filoni. And
So, yeah. So I'll go with prequels. I enjoyed the prequels.
Okay. There is no wrong answers here.
That's true.
This is just
There kind of is.
I would not. I mean, there's really no stance. It's just when I look at it as Star Wars as a whole, are we getting great content still from what Lucas's original vision was to what Filoni has given us to J.J. Abrams' stories as well?
Okay.
So to me, I mean, I love the universe. I love that it delves into similar concepts of, all right, there's mysticism, but there's also government, and we got to talk about the government a lot, but we still have all this mysticism that we're talking about. And I love that when the shows are coming out, okay, we're just seeing clones. We're just seeing the Jedi and their mysticism. We're just seeing Sith, or we're just seeing this random character's point of view and where they're at in the universe and how things are going on for them. It's all consuming. And I love every minute of it. Every damn minute of it. Good God.
Okay.
Even though I could have done with it without Luke drinking some swill looking green milk.
Okay, Jay, I need to understand where you are on this. Okay, Rian Johnson makes The Last Jedi. Okay. First of all, let's call Force Awakens what it is. It was a retread of A New Hope.
Yeah,
like literally trope for trope. It was a retread. That's fine. Okay, you're trying to get us to know the characters in that. That's fine. I gave him that. Last Jedi. Okay. I don't know how I feel about it still because I won't allow myself to rewatch it. But what that leads us into is instead of going off of what Rian Johnson decided to do, J.J. Abrams takes the third movie in that trilogy and spends the first 45 minutes trying to undo everything everybody complained about. And that's why I can't stand the new trilogy. Because instead of just leaning into it, they go
not cohesive.
No, it's okay cohesive. Now. Did Luke really? He meant well. Everything is fine. He is powerful. Here's a way to get around this. Here's a way to do that. No. So Jay, tell me. I need to know where you stand on this.
Okay. But see, the same thing has happened with Marvel. You've got directors who don't go by source material and are changing the stories from what they should be, and also redirecting this whole entire universe that they've built for these heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why Marvel now is on this whole new escapade of like, all right, we got to get rid of this guy. We have to shift things away from this character and try to.
Marvel is on a downturn, or it has been, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree.
I haven't enjoyed any of their standalone films probably since Shang-Chi.
That's fair. The saving grace right now, and I think they're hedging a lot of bets. They brought out X-Men 97, which has been an amazing series.
Phenomenal.
Amazing. Every freaking episode. And the last episode I saw, bringing in the character that they brought in that has apparently been there since the series started.
Since the beginning. Oh my God. I almost fell over.
Yeah, because I was like, holy shit. Is it really? Oh, is this going to give us the possibility of another character possibly showing up within the next 3 episodes and being a cliffhanger to the next season? I'm kind of hoping because
I think it will, my friend.
Someone's coming back to Earth, and someone
is coming back to Earth.
So
and it could lead to the exact thing that you are
Now I have to watch this.
hypothesizing.
if
It's
that
great.
if that occurs, and they somehow, I hope they don't link this to anything else. X-Men 97 needs to say its own little thing in its own little corner of the universe. Don't link it to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Don't do it. Don't do it. Leave it where it is.
Oh, Jay, let me tell you
I know that. I know
something.
that's what they want to do. I know that.
No. I
No.
believe they are going to link X-Men 97 up with the old Marvel's Avengers cartoon universe, and they're going to do X-Men versus Avengers. That's why they had a certain cameo from a certain character like 1 or 2 episodes ago, because they're slowly building up, and the only way that they cross those things over with the MCU is Secret Wars. They bring in characters just for Secret Wars that they've built up in this cartoon universe. That's my theory. We're theory crafting now, Jay. We're digging the holes, okay?
You got a round of applause there.
I did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just pushed the button. I'm sorry.
I'm at full attention,
That's
if you know what I mean.
if you've ever listened to our podcast, we are saturated with every sound effect imaginable.
We have many drops.
I don't think we've ever actually used them on our podcast.
No. I think as a test.
There you go.
I'm sorry.
I
Continue.
feel,
I
I
didn't mean to
feel
interrupt.
honored. I feel honored. But yeah, Jay, that's my theory.
Okay.
That's my theory. Is that they're going to have a cartoon cinematic universe or a cartooniverse, whatever you want to call it.
Well, they need to, honestly. I think it has been since the 90s, since they've had actual crossovers. I mean, Spider-Man was literally the home base for all the crossovers. You had
Mhm.
X-Men, you had Captain America pop over there, other Avengers. So it would fare well that they would try. I mean, even if they were to bring back some of those actual voice actors from the older shows, just to do or redo things that they did back in the 90s here now for X-Men 97. That would be awesome.
Agreed. It's been a long time since an animated property has made me feel emotion.
Oh, Jesus. Genosha.
Yeah. What an incredibly powerful episode. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't seen it.
No.
AKA, go out and watch X-Men 97 now.
Well, I'm going to now so I can participate in the next conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, right? I've only seen like 3 or 4 episodes of 97 so far.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can shift topics. Sorry.
I know.
No, it's fine. Go ahead. Do your thing. That's what
I
we're
was going
about.
to say, I felt like Marvel saturated. Like there was so much that I needed to step away for a hot minute, like clear my brain and then come back again. And there's many things I need to catch up on at this point. So
I disagree.
yeah, well, I know you disagree.
Well,
Yeah.
for me, it was like I saw that new Ant-Man when they brought in Kang, and I was like, okay, I need to slow down. And then I backed up, and I was like, okay, I can't catch up very much right now. Let them do their thing, figure out what they're gonna do, and then I haven't worked my way back in yet. So I'm kind of like, I loved the Marvels up until Endgame. I loved all that shit up until then, and I was like
Agreed.
on point.
It was a great 10 years of cinema.
Oh,
there
yeah.
wasn't a
Phenomenal.
there wasn't a single other than Thor the Dark World, there wasn't a single other like bad
I didn't even think
movie
that
in the
overall.
bunch.
I mean, that wasn't the crown jewel, but I didn't think that one was
No, it was just kind
that
of
bad overall.
It was the turd of the bunch. That's fine.
Yeah,
you're
it
gonna
was
have
100%
one.
third of the bunch.
Actually,
I mean,
I would say that Thor: The Dark World and Iron Man 2 kind of hold a similar
Iron Man
place.
2 is probably there too. Yeah. I mean, they're definitely towards the back end, in my opinion.
I mean, I love
Iron Man 2 wasn't great.
No, I think the problem was they
but-
cut too much of Whiplash's character out.
But RDJ at that time, RDJ's way of playing Tony, it commanded you to watch Iron Man 2.
Truth.
Whereas Thor and Thor the Dark World is still kind of broody and kind of meh, right? And it wasn't until Ragnarok that I was like, this is the Thor we've needed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like Ragnarok, that was when they were trying to ride the coattails of Guardians of the Galaxy. And it was just like they were trying so hard to make him part of that and just like be funny. And I feel like Thor kind of shouldn't have been there. He should have been like, I'm a god, I'm taking over shit. But it was like Guardians of the Galaxy had like topped everything at that point, and so they were just trying to like fill that gap and make as much money from that as possible.
Yeah.
And I don't think making Thor comic relief really was the way to go, in my opinion.
No,
I mean that's fair. I think Hemsworth does a really good job with it, though.
Yeah.
Like I felt like they were holding him back by not allowing him to kind of be, you know.
I think the strength of his character, though, and the way he played those first couple movies of being the brooding guy with the inner self struggle, that's what pulled me in, about those. And it became that kind of over the top comic, especially the last Thor movie that came out.
Love and Thunder.
Yeah, Love and Thunder. That one I kind of like. I really loved Thor.
They did a
disservice
to Christian Bale. He was fantastic in that movie.
And he was good.
They cut so much gore out, like not gore as in like blood, but gore his character.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I think it would have been interesting to actually have a similar thing like they did with Captain America, where there's a character or an actor's body who is Chris Hemsworth's body, and he plays Donald Blake. Give him the alter ego, make him that depowered Thor, who just he is this person until he's worthy of the hammer. Then
they had the Blake Easter egg in Thor 1,
which was cool. I mean, I give it that, but to see the character eventually become this villain like it is in the comic books would have been interesting, and would have given Thor more time in the MCU. Just like they're just kind of like peddling him along because he's the only character who is an alien who is technically a god in mythology outside of Loki, who's still literally holding Yggdrasil together right now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you have a character who is omnipotent almost in a certain aspect. Give him some. Just Christ. Give him what he needs.
Well, I think that there's such a wealth of material that Marvel and DC can both pull from. Yeah. So it surprises me when they swerve so hard for the sake of being original. And I'm like, guys, just tell the story. Yeah. Like you want to make a couple of changes, that's fine. But people want to see the story that they know. Like, okay.
You want to see the story they know with a little bit of tweaks, like surprises.
Can I fix DC in 5 minutes?
Easily.
Go for it, please.
You ready?
Yes.
You ready?
Do it.
Screw the movies. Do a Blackest Night series on HBO.
Oh my God.
Just do the whole Blackest Night run, because it all the characters are there. And then once you get done with that, switch off and do your spin-off movies for your individual characters after that.
They would die so terribly.
Yes.
So much death.
That's why it's got to be like on HBO. It's got to be like Game of Thrones. Like every week, everybody's got to be like, who's going to die now? How is this going to go? Because Blackest Night is probably the craziest storyline that I've read in DC. Because, Green Lantern is kind of like the butt of the jokes because of the bad Ryan Reynolds movie. They've never really figured it out. Just do the War of Light. Do Blackest Night and the War of Light, and let's move on.
I mean,
I don't need another retread of Superman. Here's Superman again, and he's learning how to get his powers. Like, we get it. We know him.
I really wanted to see Black Adam, Superman, Dwayne Johnson, and Henry Cavill. I would have loved to see that.
Had they given us the proper tail end of Shazam,
correct?
Had they then told the story earlier than they did, we could have seen Shazam pop up instead of Cavill at the end of Black Adam, and we could have seen a whole magic versus alien beatdown, which would have been epic. Which again, they've done in the animated movies.
Oh yeah,
you had a whole blueprint of what could have occurred, and given opportunities to create a whole new Flashpoint, verbatim in animated form.
It's right
You
there.
had a blueprint.
Well,
You
and
fucked it up.
to be
You
fair,
said, fuck that shit, and you fucked it up. And you said, Joss Whedon, take this shit away from Zack Snyder because he don't know what he's doing.
yeah.
He had a plan. And
I'll
fuck it up. You just said.
I'll tell you the animated DC movies are actually pretty decent.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you ever watched like the animated. It started with what was it? Justice League War.
Yeah,
and then it ended with
technically Flashpoint Paradox was the first one because he actually created this Justice League Wars universe by doing the Flashpoint.
Okay.
Then it just spirals on until the freaking Justice League Dark Apocalypse.
Yeah, Apocalypse War Part 2.
And then he just runs and creates another universe where we're sitting at Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1 just came out. I think maybe Crisis Part 2 is out now.
Yeah, I have not watched any of those since they switched over the voice cast. But that voice cast from Flashpoint to Apocalypse War, I loved that entire arc. And it's like, even if you guys just did that in live action.
Exactly. Even Batman's films where it was like, all right, he meets Damian as his son. Okay, cool. We don't get to see any other Robin outside of him and Nightwing. Okay, cool. They did the Killing Joke as kind of like a semi part of that universe, and I was like, it's okay, but it's not great. It wasn't really something that should have been connected at all.
Yeah,
it still had Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill as the voices of the Joker and Batman.
They're coming back one more time.
I did hear that. Was that a part of the animated series that's coming out?
So I think it's part of the Crisis episodes. I think they did some lines for one of the Crisis movies that's coming out where his Batman, his Joker will cameo in one of the Crisis movies, and it'll be the last time Kevin Conroy's voice will be used for Batman. R.I.P.
That's so sad because he was honestly the definitive voice of Batman.
He is my Batman.
100%.
I would say he's my Batman pick over any of the live action actors. And that's nothing against the live action stuff. It's just he is the voice of Batman in my head. He lives rent free between, the Batman animated series and the Arkham games.
I thought you're a big Clooney fan.
No, I'm not a Bat nipple man.
No, not Clooney,
no,
not Kilmer.
sorry.
No.
I'm Batman, and these are my goddamn nipples.
Yeah. Sorry, Joel Schumacher. You will burn in hell for it. Burn in hell.
It's just because Mr. Freeze it was cold. You could see his nipples because it was cold.
I can't tell you how many times we've discussed how terrible that movie is on our podcast.
The only saving grace was Uma Thurman.
That's it. Uma Thurman was great.
Absolutely. 100%.
All right. I think we've been going for a long time.
Yeah, man.
We probably only cut it off because we could talk for fucking ever.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do it again.
Get together.
Yeah, so I have to cut this off. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good, man.
We're going to do this again.
Tell everyone who listens to us where they can find you, anything extra you want to spill out there, whatever you got.
So we are Apple, Amazon, anywhere you can find podcasts, Spotify, literally anywhere. We're on like 40 different platforms. Everywhere I could possibly put us, we are there. MattandFriendsDTU.com. MattandFriendsDTU.com will get you links to everything. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
The
Threads,
socials.
TikTok, all over the place. So please come, give us a listen. Leave us some feedback. Leave us a couple comments. Tell us what you like. Give us a rating. We would appreciate it.
Yeah, well, for us, you can find us at kjandapodcast@gmail.com and all the socials. Yep. We got the Facebook, we got the Instagram, we got the Twitter, we got the Threads, YouTube. We got the Buy Me a Coffee, we got the Patreon, and it's all the same, KJNA Podcast.
Yep.
And you can find us there. But thank you guys so much for coming. It's been freaking fantastic.
Thank you for having us. Yeah, been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. These are our UNF Pod brethren. This is where we've met, but thank you guys so much for coming. We really do appreciate it.
Thanks for having us, guys.
See you later, man.
Have a good night.